Let's talk about cadences. A cadence is essentially a type of musical punctuation used to mark the end of a chord progression. Now, there are several different types of cadences, and knowing when to use them can help take your music and chord progressions to the next level. First, we have the authentic cadence, which is ending your chord progression with a 5 dominant 7 leading into a 1 chord. In the key of C major, that would be a G dominant 7 followed by C major. This is the most powerful cadence, and is typically reserved for ending whole pieces of music, or at least significant sections. What makes this cadence so powerful is something called a functional tritone. The tritone is the most dissonant interval in Western music, and if we look at the notes that make up a dominant chord, we'll see that the 3rd and 7th scale degrees form a tritone between each other. This kind of tension really wants to resolve, and there's no better way to do this than by moving to the 1 chord, which helps resolve each note by step into a major 3rd interval. Now, if you put this together with the fact that the roots of these 2 chords move down by a perfect 5th, and you get the most powerful cadence possible in Western music theory. Now, as I said, this cadence is so powerful that you'll typically only want to use it to end entire pieces of music. A much better option to use in the middle of the piece is the deceptive cadence. A deceptive cadence essentially uses the same 5 dominant 7 chord, but forces it to resolve to a different target. Usually the minor 3 or minor 6 chords in a major key, or the major 3rd in minor keys. Each of these chords can resolve the functional tritone, but not nearly as effectively as the 1 chord. Since they're not as efficient at stopping momentum, you can use a deceptive cadence anywhere in the middle of your music to end a chord progression without killing any of the momentum or energy you have in your music. Finally, if you want to work with a really weak cadence that helps end a chord progression while actively propelling your music forward, then you can use the half cadence. A half cadence just simply uses the 5 dominant 7 chord as the very last chord in a progression, and then either the major 1, minor 3, or minor 6 chord to start the next one. This strategy essentially divides an authentic or deceptive cadence in half, and then uses it to bind 2 chord progressions together, launching one right into the other. As such, this is a fantastic choice for using in the middle of any music that needs to have high energy and momentum. For more information on writing interesting chord progressions, check out my playlist on harmony for composers.